friends, Rebecca here, the Dragon Librarian from Farmington Community Library, and I'm here today to talk to you about a couple books that I think are absolutely fantastic, and I hope that you will think they are fantastic as well. So we're still in the month of November. It is still National Native American Heritage Month, and because of that, we have been reading and talking and featuring a lot about different Indigenous authors and their great books, because there are so many of them, and a lot of times they get completely passed over by for other stuff, and they're just so fantastic. So there are two that I want to talk about today, and although they are very, very, very different in terms of tone, they're similar in the fact that they are both collections of short stories. Now, short stories are really wonderful for a lot of different reasons. One, because you get to sample a whole bunch of different authors and read little snippets of them and see if maybe they're authors that you really like, and then you want to try their longer works. And they're also great because if you're just looking for something that you want to dive into really quickly and then come back out again, and you don't maybe have time for a full-length book, you just want to read something short, a short story, they are wonderful for that as well. And also, there's just all kinds of different ones, right? No matter what you are into, there are short stories that feature it. So both of these books feature short stories. They are by Indigenous authors. This first one is called Man-Made Monsters. Now, this book is written, they are all stories by one author, who is Andrea Rogers. This is Andrea Rogers' YA debut for this, and she is a citizen of the Cherokee Nation. I just wanted to make sure I had the right tribe there. So this story is really interesting and fun. I thought it was fun because it's actually horror stories. So I am a little bit obsessed with Indigenous authors writing horror stories because I think that they have such a unique perspective, and reading scary things by them is just super fantastic. So another thing that's really fun about this one in particular is, although they're scary stories, they range from all over the gamut. So there are things that are historical stories, there are contemporary stories, there are stories that feature monsters that are human in nature, and then there are stories that feature monsters that are not so human in nature. And there are a lot of really cool mythological stories in here about Indigenous mythology and folklore and beliefs. There's this one in particular called Deer Woman, who I absolutely love. But this is just a really great set of stories if you're looking for something by a really great Indigenous author. A bunch of different kind of stories that are, like I said, they're all spooky, so the theme is all related, but they are all over the place. There's fantasy, there's science fiction, there is historical fiction, there's contemporary. They're all just really, really fantastic. So there's something for everyone in this collection, especially if you really like scary stories. And even if you don't, give it a shot, because I guarantee that there will be something in here that you will probably enjoy. So this is Man-Made Monsters. The next one is definitely a little more lighter in tone, which is good if you're looking for something that is not so big in terms of scariness. So this one is called Ancestor Approved: Intertribal Stories for Kids, and it's edited by Cynthia Leitich Smith. But the difference between this collection of short stories versus Man-Made Monsters that we just talked about is this is actually by a whole bunch of different authors. So Cynthia Leitich Smith has a story in here, which we know. Andrea Rogers, who we just heard from, has a story in here. And also, who else do we know from here that we've talked about before? Rebecca Roanhorse, who I absolutely adore, has written a story in here. So this is really fun as well, because there are a lot of different authors. Like I said, you can sample different authors and see, oh, I really love the way this person wrote. I wonder if they have anything else out there. I guarantee you they do. So this one is a lot shorter than the other one as well. So if you're looking for really short stories, they're fantastic. And this is another cool thing about this is it's set in Michigan. It's set at a powwow in Michigan, in Ann Arbor, Michigan. The powwow is called the Dance for Mother Earth Powwow. And all the stories are interlinked. So it's things all taking place during the day at this powwow, but from different points of view and different perspectives. There's young people connecting with ancestors, connecting with family, connecting with ghosts. There's also a really cool dog in this book that I absolutely love. And I just want to take a second to read the first couple, because it starts off with called What is a Powwow? So if you don't know what a powwow is, there's like this really cool poem here that kind of goes over it. And the poem is a few pages long. I'm only going to read the first two stanzas. What is a powwow? A powwow is friends and family gathered together to honor the Creator. Kinikasus, man never known on earth, who watches over us. A powwow is a way to remember those who've passed on, even ancestors we did not know who stay in our hearts forever. They are near us always. A powwow is a place to show our resilience and strength. We are still here, generation after generation, into the future and beyond. This book is fantastic. I highly recommend it. If you are not really familiar with a lot of works by Indigenous authors, this is a great place to start, a great place to sample a lot of the really fantastic voices that are out there today. And even if you have read things by these authors before, this is also fantastic because it's got just a bunch of really great little stories. All wonderful. Ancestor approved. Well, that's what we've got for you guys today. I hope that both of these sound really interesting and fun. If so, please feel free to check them out from Farmington Community Library. And also, please give this video a like. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much, friends, for watching, and have a wonderful rest of your day.